G'day everyone and welcome back to Two Bakers of Boston. In today's video we've based ourselves in Novi Pazar to visit the Stari Ras and Sopocani inscribed site, inscribed by UNESCO back in 1979. There's 4 locations associated with this site and they're all situated around Novi Pazar. The buildings of Stari Ras are an impressive group of medieval monuments consisting of a fortress, churches and monasteries. The Church of St. Peter was the first of the 4 sites that we visited. This little church was built in the 9th century on the foundations of a previous Illyrian cemetery and earlier Christian basilica. It's an example of early Christian architecture. As a religious centre of Serbia over several centuries, this sanctuary exhibits a circular central plan with 4 radiating apses capped by a cupola resting on 4 massive pillars. It is the seat of the Bishop of Ruska and is decorated with frescoes mainly from the 13th century. The second of the sites that we visited was the Monastery of Djurdjevi, Stupovi. Now I apologise about my pronunciations. Founded by the famous Serb leader Stephen Nemanji, is an example of the Romanesque and Byzantine architecture. It was surrounded by a strong defensive wall which is now partially ruined and is one of the best known monasteries in Serbia. The plan of its Church of St. George, built in 1171 and reconstructed later in the 13th century by King Djurdjevi, belongs to the architectural school of Ruska. Our third site visited was the Monastery of Sopocani. This was built in 1260 by King Euros I and is the resting place for the ashes of his parents and his own tomb in its vault. The building, surmounted by a cupola and extended to the west between 1336 and 1345 by the Emperor Dusan, is noteworthy for its exceptional frescoes. And last but not least was visiting Stari Ras itself, which is dominated by the fortress of Gradine, sitting on top of the hill overlooking the old town of Djurdjevi. It has an irregular layout which made it possible to resist repeated Byzantine and Bulgarian attacks. The fortress was built in the 9th century, and to access the fort is an unpaved dirt road that winds up to the mountain itself. In totality, this inscribed site through the ancient town of Ras drew its strength from its location at a crossroads and was enriched through its contact with both Eastern and Western influences. Its numerous monuments form a unique architectural complex that testifies to the period when the capital of the Serbian state was located within Stari Ras. These buildings, erected for the most part between the 9th and the 11th centuries, express in their plan and pictorial decoration an architectural interest that is characteristic of the Raska school. We hope you've enjoyed this short video on our visit to Stari Ras and Sopocani inscribed sites back in July 2025. If you've liked what you've seen, please like and subscribe, and we hope to see you at the next UNESCO site.